Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, things just don't go your way? Well, today's story is all about how patience and a little bit of faith can turn everything around. Even when things seem hopeless, let's dive into the finished fairy tale of the Mouse Bride. Once upon a time, a wise king ruled a prosperous land. As he grew older, he knew he had to choose one of his 3 sons to inherit the throne. But how could he decide? He devised a clever plan. He told his sons, "Go out into the world and find yourselves the most skillful brides. The one who brings home the best bride will be my heir." The 2 older sons were thrilled. They galloped off on their fine horses, dreaming of beautiful and talented princesses. But the youngest son, well, he was a bit more thoughtful. He wandered aimlessly, unsure of where to even begin his search. Lost in thought, he found himself deep in a forest. As dusk fell, he stumbled upon a tiny, enchanting hut. He knocked on the door, and to his astonishment, it was opened by a little grey mouse. The mouse, with a surprisingly sweet voice, welcomed him in. She listened to his story and then said something that shocked him. "Why didn't you marry me?" The prince was speechless, but there was something so kind and wise in her eyes that he found himself agreeing. He placed his ring on her tiny paw, and just like that, he was married to a mouse. He was happy, yet he couldn't help but worry. How could a mouse ever complete the king's challenges? Soon, the first challenge arrived. The king demanded that each bride weave a piece of the finest linen. The youngest prince's heart sank. He told his mouse bride the news, expecting the worst. But she just smiled and told him not to worry. That night, while he slept, a legion of mice appeared. They worked tirelessly, their tiny paws weaving a fabric so fine and delicate it was like spun moonlight. In the morning, the prince was amazed. He took the linen to his father, who declared it the most beautiful he had ever seen. Next, the king demanded that the brides bake a loaf of bread fit for a king. Again, the prince worried, and again, his mouse bride reassured him. That night, an army of mice scurried into the tiny kitchen. They kneaded and baked, creating a loaf of bread so golden and fragrant. It was irresistible. The king was once again astounded by the skill of his youngest sons. Mysterious bride. Finally, the day came when the king wanted to meet the brides in person. The youngest prince was terrified. How could he present a mouse at court? His bride simply told him to get the carriage ready. As they approached the palace, a magical transformation occurred. The tiny hut turned into a magnificent coach, the mice into grand horses, and his little grey mouse bride transformed into the most beautiful princess he had ever laid eyes on. She explained that she had been under a curse, which his kindness and faith had finally broken. When they arrived, the king and the entire court were left breathless. Her beauty and grace outshone everyone. The king, overjoyed, declared his youngest son the rightful heir to the kingdom. They ruled with wisdom and compassion. Their love story a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected paths lead to the greatest happiness. So, what do you think? It just goes to show that believing in someone and having a little patience can truly work wonders. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories.